Alrighty, from Macomb City Hall, it's Macomb Mayor Mike Inman, and we're here on the 4th day of November, the day after the election. We've had Halloween since we last talked, and we're here to share information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic in Macomb and McDonough County. This is the most recent information just within the last few minutes from McDonough County Health Department, reporting a total confirmed case count since the onset of the pandemic of 876. So since the last time we were together, that's an increase of 74 cases for a total of 86 active cases that they're working on contact tracing on. So 876 total cases, 86 active, and unfortunately, since we spoke last, they're also reporting another COVID-related death, bringing that total to 23, and that was a male subject from here in McDonough County who was in their 70s. So our condolences go to the family involved with that loss. So several pieces of information we want to share with you. Since we did speak last, many of you are aware that Governor J.B. Pritzker issued an executive order putting Macomb, McDonough County, and everybody else in the Illinois Department of Transportation, Illinois Department of Public Health, Region 2, in Tier 1 of resurgent mitigation. So you're saying, well, what does that mean? Well, first and foremost, it means that bars and restaurants, unfortunately, are now restricted to outside service. And you're saying, well, that's okay. It's nice weather, but what happens later? So we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's for a 2-week period until some metrics change. Right now, the entire Region 2, which stretches across most of the central part of the state and the counties north and east of us here, is under Tier 1 resurgent mitigation, which means, again, bars and restaurants can no longer have indoor seating. They can seat people outdoors, and then there's some other restrictions on the number of people that can gather in general and social meetings. That's now 25 rather than 50. This is for a 2-week period, and when it will be reassessed by the governor and the Illinois Department of Public Health to see if that should continue the mitigation or if it could be reset to phase 4, where we would go back to those bars and restaurants being able to have people indoors. First and foremost, we want to tell you that this was brought about by an increase in positivity testing for the entire region, along with an increase in hospitalizations and intensive care bed usage. Some other things I want to share with you, and I want to talk a little bit at length about what we're dealing with here as far as this order. And I'm going to refer to a good friend of mine, Mayor Jim Ardis, who's the mayor of Peoria, who issued a statement Monday regarding this, and I must say I agree with Jim. And Jim indicates, and this is true, that no mayor in the state of Illinois has the authority to override the governor's executive order unless a court of law decides otherwise. So what we'd like to do is double down on that, and we would also remind our local businesses here, first and foremost, we're sorry that this is impacting them. Absolutely understand this is a negative for our bars and restaurants to have this setback. But we would be remiss, and we'd be giving them a false sense of security if we somehow said that there won't be any enforcement by the governor's office if they choose to not abide by the order. That's simply not the case. We can't assure them of that. We would encourage them to abide by the order, and at the same time, I would encourage everyone in the community to support these businesses as they take a step back in their ability to service us. We heard at the City Council meeting this last Monday night, 3 of our local business owners who I know without exception have a commitment and a passion about what they do through their business for our community. We enjoy their hard work, their good food, their hospitality. So it's absolutely important as they do the right thing and step back a little bit and comply with this order that we as a community support them, and we support them by still patronizing them, maybe even double down on our patronage for them. A couple of things that we're working on here at the city, we along with Macomb Economic Development Corporation, the Chamber of Commerce, there is still support money for small businesses who are being negatively impacted by COVID-19. through the Business Interruption Grant Program. We're reminding them, and as a matter of fact, we've had direct outreach with several of those business owners in the last 48 hours to remind them of that as a possibility and our willingness to help them fill out application forms and get into that process and avail themselves of the opportunity to receive some compensation for being negatively impacted. We can't stress enough how we understand and appreciate the hardship this order from the governor impacts them. But we do want to share a couple other things. Here in McDonough County, we're one of the lowest positivity rating counties in this entire region. And I would tell you that some other counties, for example, Knox County, has a double-digit positivity rating. They're higher than us. For example, Peoria has done a good job. East Peoria has not done such a very good job. The Tazewell County has a higher positivity rating than the Peoria County does. And I would tell you that I think that's because we've done an excellent job here as a community mitigating what we can, doing a good job of wearing face masks, doing a good job of social distancing, doing a good job. And I'm asking you to continue to do that as we try to bring these positivity numbers down for the entire region. Once the region gets down to 6.5 or lower, these mitigations would be rescinded, and in fact we'd go back to the phase 4 status, where back inside in bars and restaurants enjoying the hospitality and the commitment of those folks that has been what we've appreciated so much about living in Macomb. So again, we're encouraging the community to get behind these businesses. We'll be introducing some programming to the City Council for their consideration Monday night, where we'll be offering some additional incentives at the city level to help offset some of the negative impact on these businesses that they're going to be experiencing in the next few weeks. Some other things we want to remind you of. Tomorrow, the Illinois Department of Public Health will be in Macomb again, testing. That's free testing, no cost to anyone from anywhere in the county that wants to drive into Macomb. It'll be at the Tanner Hall Circle, located on the campus of Western Illinois University in the northeast section of Q Lot. There'll be signage off of University Drive into Q Lot directing you back to Tanner Hall. That's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. That information is on the bottom of your screen. So free COVID-19 testing provided by the Illinois Department of Public Health. So we'd encourage folks to get out there, get tested. You don't have to have symptoms, don't have to have a doctor's order. It's our way of getting a better handle. And again, it's proven effective for us. We had an increase in our overall positivity rating a week, 10 days ago, but IDPH came in and got a broader sampling, and our numbers actually came down a little bit. So we would encourage folks to do that as well. And again, reminding you that we have had some additional interaction with the general public at McDonough District Hospital. They were reporting last night, on Monday night, they had 20 total patients in McDonough District Hospital. 8 of those were in isolation. 6 of those were COVID positive patients. Remember that MDH has done their very good work in helping people recover from this. And one thing that they shared is that they were seeing an increased number of folks coming through the ER with COVID-19 symptoms. So again, just a background of how this is playing out in the broader community. I would also remind you that COVID-19 tests also available on the MDH campus. That information, their hours of operation on your screen now. And again, the COVID-19 screening on MDH's campus is located in their main parking lot in the southeast part. So tomorrow at Q Lot, Western University, 9 to 5 for COVID-19 testing. And then the normal hours of operation at MDH. And again, that information is at the bottom of your screen. And then at least one pharmacy here in town, CVS, is also offering COVID-19 testing. Again, we'd also like to tell you that if you haven't got your flu shot, now is a very good time to add that to your list of things to do before the holidays get upon us, and we miss the opportunity to do that. There's several businesses in the community that are offering that, and both MDH has that available at their drive-through facility. And then also you might check with your employer about opportunities through your employment, or check, again, several of the businesses here in town, Walmart, Hy-Vee, the other pharmacies, including Walgreens and CVS, are also offering flu vaccinations. So please avail yourself of that, and so that we minimize the impact of having COVID patients needing the services of our medical community at the same time when we have the ability to control the general seasonal flu. So a lot of information to share today. We want to remind everyone that we continue to deal with this on multiple levels here in the city. It's doubly important now as we're unfortunately having to take a step back a little bit with additional mitigations, that we support one another, we understand one another, we do what's right. And again, we would remind you to please check with those folks that are in your sphere of influence that need an extra checking in with, whether it's because they're confined in their home or otherwise dealing with the impacts of COVID-19 and lost job or whatever the case may be. We need to pull together and take care of one another and support one another. If you have any additional information you need, you can please contact folks here at City Hall through the Office of Community Development for any of the programs we have available for our bars and restaurants and our small businesses in general that have been impacted by COVID-19. Please feel free to reach out to the Office of Downtown Development if you're a business owner in the downtown or wherever you may be and you're needing some guidance or any questions asked, or if you have questions that don't know who to ask, feel free to contact my office. All those phone numbers are listed at the end of our video today. We're enjoying some unusually pleasant weather, and I would suggest that as the added stress of the days that we're experiencing here recently mount upon you, that you take the opportunity to get out and enjoy the weather, do something fun, do something where you're getting to enjoy what is not normal November weather, and it's going to be with us at least through the weekend. And I hope that doesn't add additional stress for yard work and everything. But again, some time out to enjoy the weather and get your mental and physical well-being taken care of. So for now, thank you very much.